So 3500 Duramax, and this is the 07 model. I came out today and was getting ready to take a little drive, and I found a little issue with the truck. So I hadn't done a video on this truck in a while, so I figured I'd go ahead and do that. Talk about all the upgrades that I did. I'll link to that playlist here if you're interested. I was on a kind of on a mission to improve my efficiency. Granted, this is a 1-ton dually truck, so it's pretty heavy, and I was getting about 17 miles to the gallon on the highway, and that's going normally about 72 miles an hour. So my speedometer was off just a little bit. I had a one of those tuners or whatever on it with the stock equipment, and so I'm not sure. It's really hard for me to say that I got 100% accuracy. So now I'm still getting around the same mileage as far as on the computer, doing pretty much the same trips, which I typically take about a 300-mile trip one way. So I can get pretty good highway mileage at that 70-72 mile an hour range. So I'm pretty much getting the same efficiency. I did greatly improve the horsepower. I mean, the thing it pulls, it does really good. In fact, I pulled a 35-foot gooseneck, and the one that I blew the tires out in the other video, pulled that with a 40-foot land plane on it, and I actually was producing enough horsepower. My thermostat came off of seat and it came up to about 200 degrees, so you could definitely see the horsepower that it was making. No issues pulling. One thing to note on the Chevrolets, they actually allow the thermostat to read the temperature that the engine is at. Like I've heard some of the other manufacturers, they lock the temperature in to a certain degree, like say 212, and only if it gets hot do they let the needle move, because they say people are watching that needle and getting into trouble. So on the Chevrolets, on these models, they actually let it run cool, and then you can see it come up to temperature. It's not a problem to run. If you look at the newer vehicles, they all run around 215 degrees or 212, whatever. You got antifreeze, so that reduces or increases the boiling temperature. So anyway, to say that I improved mileage, not so much, but I did definitely increase the horsepower on this vehicle. The oil change. So I did my first oil change on this vehicle. I actually ran it over. I missed my oil change. I ran it over. I usually do 5,000 mile oil changes. I made it to 6,000 mile, and the oil was the same as it was on my Acadia. So normally this oil would be so sooty and black when they put that gas back in to the engine. You just get so much more sulfur in your engine and carbon. So I was really happy about that, the reduction of the oil. So back to this video, what I came out today and found. Alright, so I walked around and I found this. I said, oh man, looks like I ruptured or burnt the seal on my pinion yoke. So I got to looking into it. I'm like, well, if the seal went out, more than likely the bearing's gone with that much oil. This wasn't here yesterday, so I come out this morning and found this on the ground. Like, okay, time to go to work. So I look around, it's all underneath the yoke. It's really on one side, and then I start looking to see where the oil is slung around. Alright, so right here you can see there's oil on those two bolts, but there's no oil anywhere else. This side of the yoke is dry. Okay, and you can see on the front end of the differential, got oil all over it. It's like, wow. So it's running down, dripping, making this mess. So I started looking for a gasket, started looking at my manual. Then I remembered about something. And I don't know if you remember, but I said I changed my oil and how good it looked. Yeah, I changed my oil. I had this container in the back that I was supposed to go dump in our waste oil drum. Well, I forgot to dump it in our waste oil drum. And it obviously turned over and spilled out, as you can see. So, thankfully, I do not have a seal leak. I just have a mess to clean up. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. And remember, before you get bent out of shape over something, make sure you check everything. Have a good one.